Have you ever wanted to climb the tallest mountain on Earth? Well, with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, I decided to do just that. Using the sim's new walkaround feature, I trekked from Mount Everest base camp all the way to the summit, making stops at base camps 1, 2, 3, and 4 along the way. The entire climb took about an hour, not quite as long as a real Everest expedition, but definitely a test of patience and endurance. Let me show you how it all went down. My journey began at Everest Base Camp, but there was one small problem. The default scenery here was a little glitchy. To fix that, I used Parallel 42's Campout utility. This tool lets you create custom campsites, and while they're working on an update for MSFS 2024, I was able to use it just by adding it to the community folder. It worked perfectly. With some tents, gear, and a fire pit set up, base camp was ready and the climb could begin. The first stretch of the journey led to base camp 1, at the foot of Khumbu Icefall. Getting there was no feat, but it was made more immersive by MSFS 2024's new walkaround feature. To get started, here are some key controls you need. Backspace toggles between first-person and third-person perspectives. C lets you crouch, which honestly isn't that useful for climbing, but works great for posing in photos. To run, you'll need to set up your own key binding. I set mine to R as the built-in toggle run option didn't work reliably for me. To leave your aircraft, simply open a door. If you're flying a legacy aircraft from MSFS 2020 that doesn't support walkarounds, press Shift and C to take control of your character. With these controls, I was ready to tackle Everest step by step. I continued my climb, making my way to Base Camp 2 and then Base Camp 3. Each base camp along the way brought new challenges, steeper paths, icy ridges, and jaw-dropping views of the surrounding glaciers. Now, I'll admit, I didn't have an actual map of the climbing route, so I tried to follow what I thought was the real path to the summit, sticking as closely as I could to the base camp locations. Let's just say my route might not pass a professional climber's inspection. Finally, I arrived at base camp 4. This was the last stop before the summit push. After base camp 4, the climb became much tougher as the steeper terrain made it challenging to keep a steady path. My character was starting to sink into the snow, and I had to carefully navigate to avoid fully falling through the terrain. It was a constant balancing act to keep the climb realistic and immersive. The final stretch was intense. Every step brought me closer to the summit, but the climb was slow and deliberate. After about an hour of trekking, I finally reached the top of Mount Everest. Yes! The view from up here is absolutely breathtaking. You can see the vast Himalayan range stretching out into the horizon. It's truly awe-inspiring. Even though I noticed the mountaintops weren't as sharp as they should be and realized I had the weather set to calm, clear skies, it still captured the grandeur of Everest. Next time, I might try to climb with harsher weather settings for an even more realistic experience. Of course, I couldn't leave without taking a few photos to capture the moment. To do this, press Shift V to enter photo mode. Just keep in mind that if you're climbing with friends in multiplayer, they won't show up in photo mode, and neither will any markers, so your images will look clean but lonely. Screenshots are saved in the local state screenshot folder, making it easy to access your Everest memories. And if you want to get creative, crouching with C works perfectly for dramatic summit shots. While there are still some limitations to the walkaround feature, this experiment was a lot of fun. The combination of MSFS 2024's stunning visuals and tools like Parallel 42's Campout utility made this climb feel immersive and rewarding. It shows how much the simulator can offer beyond just flying. If you enjoyed this condensed look at the climb, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more epic adventures in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And if you wanted to experience every single step of the journey, check out the full uncut video linked right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in this next video.